This video was inspired by Explanation Point and his video on the 1,000 Year Lolly. So if you want to see more relating to this, train of thought in regards to like different content matter, check out his channel, check out his video. It's going to be linked in the description. Please and thank you. Anywho, starting off, I was looking at Wuthering Waves content. The release is soon. I was excited. I wanted to see all the new 5-star characters. I was looking at the 5-star character designs. I was looking at Kaltaro, Linian. Oh my, they look so good. I was like, these characters look so good, don't they? And then I get to Ankara and Verena, and I think to myself, why are there always children in these video games, man? Why are there children in these gacha games? Like, what is the point of having them two here in this? What value do they provide? Like, why could I just be minding my own business, trying to pull for Koichiro or trying to pull for Ling Yang, two, very cool characters, interesting game styles, and then boom, now I have Verena in my account. And quite frankly, the account's kind of finished. The account's doomed. I'm not playing on that account anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this man who pulled Verena himself. Look at how happy he looks after having pulled Verena.
Let's get it. Let's go! Give me her. Give me her.
You can truly see the just joy permeating from him after having pulled Verena. So this got me thinking, what is the point of having these children in these gacha games, right? And the way I'm going to be like approaching this whole thing, the lens I'm going to be looking at this whole issue through, is the idea of having a Watsonian and a Doylist viewpoint amongst stories, coming from Sherlock Holmes, famous British expert. The Watsonian comes from John Watson. He's Sherlock Holmes' best friend, Sherlock Holmes' buddy, follows him everywhere. And Doylist comes from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of Sherlock Holmes. And the idea is that a story beat, any given story beat, can be explained from two main narratives. The Watsonian narrative of how the characters would explain it to you if you asked to them, like why that happened. Like Cocolia, for example, she was misguided by the Stellaron. She was corrupted. It was in her dreams. It made her like think that she had to keep power, so she did all that she did. Whereas the Doylist explanation is what would happen if you asked the creator of the story why that happened. It's like once again, for example, Cocolia. The example for her would be, well, she just looks so cool doing that, doesn't she? She just looks so gangster. Wouldn't it be so cool to just fight that thing, And you could put like Wild Flare, the song. You can put the song Wild Flame. I forget what it's called, but it's such a good song. You can put it in the background. Everyone can have their anime moment. They're facing off against her, Like another good example of this is New Villette. The Watsonian explanation for his like just general like existence within the courthouse, I have no clue how to say it, within the courthouse of Fontaine, is he himself is a dragon and he has no idea about human emotions, zero. So he's invited there, and he's perfect as the judge because he does not approach anything with any biases. He's purely fair, Whereas the Doylist explanation for why Nouvellette is inside of Fontaine is the cool dragon shoots water beams, and so water beams, they're just so cool. I know what cool brings? Money. Yeah. To the point, the children in these games, or at least the important children in these games, oftentimes have really good Watsonian reasons for being in these games. Children are a very strong storytelling tool. They can be used to connote innocence. They can be used to connote powerlessness. They provide a very good contrast towards the dystopian location they're living in, or towards the evil antagonist the protagonist is against, Like thinking of Genshin Impact, thinking of Nahida, she's the god of Sumeru, right? And she is a victim of both Sumeru people's ignorance and the Fatui's meddlings within Sumeru, right? She's been imprisoned in her own realm, and the only way she can even like think of the outside world is by looking through other children's eyes and looking through other children's dreams. Now, I ask you, Watson, Why is Nahida a child? What is the point in her being a child? And let me answer you this: no adult would let that shit slide ever. Imagine Raiden Shogun was in Nahida's position. Imagine Zhongli was in Nahida's position. Imagine Venti was in Nahida's position. They would never let that shit slide. Nahida, they would immediately be cooked. All of their people, you know? Nahida being a child and Nahida being so inexperienced in her role, you know, having just been born when she was imprisoned, she has no clue how to navigate the situation. She has no power in this situation. She's literally in prison. She is at the whims of the people, and she's a sympathetic god to us who's been betrayed by her people. And so this gives us as the players reason to action. You know, it's our call to action is to help this poor child. You know, getting to Honkai's star rail, there's two important child characters, Hook and Clara, and they each provide their own sort of foil, their own sort of contrast to a different story beat. Hook serves like a light in the underground, you know? Because if you were to be walking around the underground, you would notice while you're wondering and pondering that this place sucks ass. Not graphic wise or anything like that. More just like, this place is a very depressing area, you know? You've got refugee tents here and there. You've got your enemies are vagrants who are starving and they don't want to see their children starve. You know, this place is depressing. But when you're down there, what does the game make you do? The game makes you go play hide and seek with Hook and her friends. The game makes you help Hook find a birthday present for her dad. Hook serves as the relief in the darkness of the underground. She serves as proof that there is still hope amongst these people, you know, that things are going to get better. And she also provides us like a nice little viewpoint, a nice little window into what the children are seeing in these very trying times. Clara serves as a different kind of foil than Hook. Whereas Hook is a contrast to her location, Clara is a contrast to Svarog, the character. She's there as his emotional aspect, and she's also there as proof that Svarog can be reasoned with. She's the flag that Svarog can be negotiated with and isn't just a mindless titan that we have to overcome, you know? This would only be possible with Clara as a child. If Clara was an adult, then this would no longer be the robot defending the innocent child, the helpless child. This would be the human piloting the robot, you know? This would no longer be, for what reason could this child be partnering with the evil robot that is preventing us from going to the overground? No, it would be, why are these two villains blocking off the underground from getting the necessary food and materials they need in order to survive? There would no longer be any aspect of their story that is sympathetic, or any aspect of their story that even provides any sort of indication to the player or to the reader that they can be reasoned with. Looking at all these characters thematically, it all makes sense. Everything here, you know, it makes sense why Nahida wasn't an adult god. That wouldn't make sense for a story. It makes sense why Hook and Clara are in the underground, because they're there, they have narrative reason to be there. It all makes sense. This idea immediately goes out of the window as soon as you start looking at it from a doylist perspective. Because think about it. Why would Hoyo want to put children in their game as unlockable characters? Well, to make money off of degenerates. To make money off the mentally ill. Hook, Clara, Nahida, they were never part of the game. They were never part of the story because they would make good storytelling aspects. No, they were part of the story so that they could make money from PDF files. These people should not be getting catered to. They should be seeking help. And Hoyoverse is actively going against progress by catering specifically to them and to their tendencies. I've not been part of the Genshin Impact community for like ever. When it comes to the people in this space, when it comes to the YouTubers in this space, content creators in this space, I only know of the really old ones from back in the day during like lockdown when I used to watch them. And recently I've gotten accustomed to a couple of new creators due to me wanting to look at all the Wuthering Waves content. But I don't really know anyone, you know, around here. I don't know any of like what's going on really. I barely pay attention to any of the dramas going on inside of this community. But from what I've seen, it seems like these PDF files are running amok. Like ever since when I was a Genshin Impact script player, I started getting recommended Genshin Impact videos all the time. And then at some point, I started getting videos of, you know, breedability tier lists with the children. Like Klee was at S tier, and there were like videos with like thighs of like the child characters as like the thumbnails as like clickbait. What kind of fucking clickbait is that? So at that point, I was like, no, I'm gone, man. This I cannot be bothered. I am. They ruined the game for me, you know. And to give flowers where flowers are due, naturally, because I don't see many content creators talking about this kind of stuff. I have seen Tectone, who is like I'm pretty sure the biggest Gacha Games content creator. So I could be wrong. He's the most outspoken voice at least. And last time I checked on his channel, which wasn't that long ago, I saw he was in some drama for saying he wanted to smash Robin, which is like cool, I guess. Like I don't get why it was a drama. I don't understand what was like the problem there. If someone got upset by him making those comments, you should really get perspective on that one, I think, because there are bigger problems in your life specifically if that's what's making you sad, you know. But like once again, to give flowers where flowers are due, I did see him talking about all these creeps and whatnot in these communities that I just don't see other people talking about.
This not only, this not only is a channel made by a pedophile, it is a channel that caters to pedophiles. Now, this is the shit that people should actually be getting angry for, rather than making shit up that other content creators didn't do. Why don't we actually talk about what bro did?
So good job to Tecton, man. Good job, because he's like the only one I've seen making like a whole dedicated video to exposing this kind of shit and airing out this kind of behavior. You know, if there are other content creators that do this, good job on you as well, man. I tip my hat to you. You're fighting the good fight, man. But like at this point, I don't really know what to do, because this is a shameful behavior within the space, and the game creators are actively catering towards it. And this is the whole reason I wanted to go to Wuthering Waves. Is because it looks like a way more adult game, looks like a way more mature game. Every single character I've seen, apart from these two, are adults. And so, it looks like hopefully it won't have the same problem. And hopefully they stop at these two characters for the children characters. Because I don't want to be walking around the open world. I find a chest, I open it, and they go, "Wow! Is this a sword? Is this a sword?" Well, I can't be asked. But at the end of the day, does MiHoYo care, or do any of these companies really care about what they're doing in an actual sense with like these children characters? No, they don't, because it brings money, and that's like the worst part of it, is that it works because they're preying on these, not even preying, they are feeding into the delusions and into the sicknesses of these mentally ill people. So all I can do is hope that I can keep these annoying child characters and the people who enjoy them away from me. And if you are one of those creators, one of those not creators, one of those players who like the characters because they're cute, or like the characters because you like their vibes or whatever, good on you, man. You enjoy your life. But really, those who are attracted, those who are sick, you know who you are, man. So seek help, man. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep these kids away from me. Thanks.